You're watching Cheery TV.
Audience is a little loud in there. Howdy, everybody, and welcome back to the Tate Night Talk Show. Oh, what an exciting time to be alive, huh? We are once again back on the ground, and by the ground I mean the floor. We're back on the floor, because that's what we do here. However, I'm not actually on my chair, because there's currently a cat sitting in it. You can't see that. You can't see that, but he's here. Oh, he's my little soupy guy. He's taking over the chair for today, so we kind of look like a little toddler today, but that's okay. You know, we're here. But yeah, here we are, everybody. This is the third episode, I think, of the Tate Night Talk Show. Pretty exciting, I think. I think it's very, very exciting. And we're here to talk about quite a few things, as most of you probably already know. It is very late, which is kind of the point of the Tate Night Talk Show. It's a late night talk show. So if I'm a little bit quiet, that's one of the reasons. The other reason that it feels like the entire world is starting to be wrapped in a hurricane for me. I don't know. It's not that funny. I don't know. It's just really windy out of nowhere. Like, it was fine. Then it got really windy at work. Like the poles, like the big structural poles in the middle of the store, were like creaking. Like, you hear like, yeah, it's crazy, right? And I was supposed to be working. I was working right next to them, so it was a little scary. It's not that scary though, guys. Calm down. All right, it's fine. But yeah, it was a little crazy. It was a little hectic, a little bit eccentric. If I look stupid, it's because I'm really bad at talking with both my ears covered. But if I don't hear these in, how am I supposed to know your guys' reactions? Isn't that right, everybody? You know, here we are. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. It was a really short applause. Thank you. That was funny. But yeah, so we are here to talk about all things New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, just an absolute full arrangement of it. So first, let's get into our first segment of the day. Hit the music, baby. I didn't have to look away this time. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to segment 1. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. This one is a returning one, actually. You've seen it before. It is On the Scale. We did this back in episode 1, where we just kind of, like said some things, and I gave them a rank based off of 1 to 10. So we're going to see what the best for this time. Last time, it was, I believe, types of gifts. So, like diarrhea and that sort of stuff. Everyone loves good diarrhea. That got like a 9 probably. Like travel destinations and stuff like that. A whole bunch of different gift types, clothing. This time, for On the Scale, we're going to be doing New Year's resolutions. Different types of New Year's resolutions. I clicked off of you guys. There you go. There you guys are. Hit it with a... Yeah, that was a little disappointing, I think. I could have kind of messed that up, but it's fine. So yeah, all things New Year's resolutions. I have here, I believe it is 10 or 11. There's like a dozen different types of New Year's resolutions, the most basic ones, and we're going to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. Because I feel like everyone's dying to know just exactly what the best thing is supposed to be doing at the end of the year is, because you only have a whole year. You can't do everything, so do what I tell you to do, right? I mean, come on, guys. I know what I'm talking about. I'm just sitting on the floor because I'm too afraid to move my cat. Well, I'm not too afraid. He's just a little cutie. I don't want to move him. Yeah, I know, right? He's awesome. Get out. We're messing around here today. Okay, oh, sweet, soupy guy. So, the first one that was listed, and I kind of took these on, there were a couple websites that I looked at. I'm not going to name them this time, just because this is a list of all the most basic stuff. If you go to any website, you're going to find this. You're going to find these things, so I don't feel that bad for not showing it all, So it's fine. It'll be grand. So, saving money is the first one. And I think saving money is it's a solid resolution. I mean, obviously, but I feel like that's not necessarily a really great resolution, Like I feel like it's just like obviously you want to save money, but you don't want to just save money you want to be doing that throughout the year. That's the thing with a lot of these New Year's resolutions. Like, most of these things, you should just be stopping anyway. You don't really need the new year to tell you, hey, it's January 1st. Now it's time to put some money in the bank. Really do overtime at work. Really get those jumping jacks off at the workspace. But yeah, I mean, obviously, it's nice to start. And if a new year is what you need to start it, then hey, why not start it at the new year? Yeah. So, saving money, it's respectable. It's good. It benefits more than just you. If you die, your will is gonna be much juicier for those who benefit from it. So they'll appreciate you for saving your money this year, I'm sure. So we're gonna give that. Let's get a drum roll on this one. What did I say? Can I get a drum roll, please? There we go, everybody. We're gonna give this one a 7. We're gonna give it a 7. All right, yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I could go an 8. Do I want to go an 8? I already did the drum roll. If I hit the drum roll again, I'm gonna have to do an 8, and I don't feel like doing a drum roll again. So we're gonna stick it at 7. So next up is eating healthy, and obviously eating healthy is pretty good. It's a pretty good thing to do. You don't want to not eat healthy. We also just kind of want to eat. At least, especially if you're me. If you're a me-sized person, you kind of want to eat. You enjoy the food. Eating healthy, it's a good endeavor. In terms of like weight loss, New Year's resolutions, that's probably one of like the bigger changes. And overall, it's a very, very positive thing for you. If you're eating 8 corn dogs a day, maybe cut it back to like 6. So that's good. It's just the small steps. And that's what I always say. Like, if you're gonna do a New Year's resolution, you gotta do it in small steps. And eating healthy is probably one of the ways to do that. You slowly cut back, and then you start adding the better things. So overall, I actually do think that it's a pretty good resolution. Is it better to save money though? I don't think so. I'm gonna give it a 6. I gotta be honest. Yeah. I mean, I know. I can't. Obviously, it has. You know what? Can we get another drum roll going? I'm gonna bump up saving money to an 8, everybody. We're gonna go up to an 8, so I can give eating healthy a 7. I feel like 6 is too low. It feels bad. Next up is losing weight, and this one I feel is just. It's just not enough, Like, it's like, I mean, yeah, it's just like, it's too broad. You go too broad with a resolution, it's never going to happen. Losing weight is that. You want to eat healthy, like the one from before. You want to work out more. You want to go for a walk every day. You want to intermingle in the bedroom for 2 hours a day, so that way you can really work on that anti-dad bod. It's all the. There's plenty of specific ways to go about it. Losing weight is just a little too non-specific for me, so I'm honestly going to give it a pretty low score of a 3. I'm sure if I can find you guys there, yeah, you're a little disappointed in that. But I mean, it's just. I mean, no one ever falls through with that one, especially. I mean, like, if you're looking at all these, there's a chance that someone's gonna save like $10 and be like, great, this year was a success. I'm gonna buy that. Freaking, what can you even buy for $10? My large coffee at Starbucks. That's you could do it now because you saved money this year. But losing weight, it's just no one ever actually accomplishes that in a way that they are hoping for either. I mean, look at 600-pound life. I mean, those dudes go from like 600 to like 200 in like a year and a half. That's what everyone expects. That's what everyone's kind of hoping to get out of this. But most of the time, it's only like you're going to lose like 5 pounds, and you're going to feel sad and gain 20 pounds, and you're going to be like, oh, well, that was all just water weight, so you stop drinking water, and you do lose a couple more pounds, but then because of that, you're super thirsty, so you drink a lot more water, and you weigh yourself again, and you're extra a few more pounds, and then it's just like, what is even the point? What's the point of you having done this in the first place? And it's just like, when you're just sitting there on the scale every freaking second of your life, and just like, man, I'm still 7 pounds heavier. It's almost like getting older. You start metabolizing things slower. I don't know. It's crazy, but hey, give it a 3. Give it a 3, everybody. Give it a 3. Give 3 cheers. All right. So next up is quality time boosting, which I sort of I phrased that kind of wrong. Not wrong, but like with friends and family, time with your friends and family, like a resolution of wanting to spend more time with friends and family, which is a very, very honest goal to have. But how is that a resolution? How is that a resolution? You just go talk to your dad. Like, why do you have to make it a goal? If you have to make talking to your family a goal, how busy are you? You can't be that busy. No one's that busy. I consider myself busy. I can't leave the damn house without talking to my family. It's honestly terrible. No, it's great. I'm kidding. I love it. But like friends, I can maybe understand, but that's not really on you. I feel like this resolution bases a lot of your success on other people's availability, and if they're not all striving for that boost, you're never gonna get it. So drum roll please. I'm gonna give this one. This one's gonna be pretty low too. I'm giving it a 2. I'm giving it a 2. I mean, it's just not all that enticing for me. I gotta be honest. This next one's pretty admirable. Quitting smoking. Everyone loves a smoker, and everyone loves even more than a smoker gone in the other direction. They take a cigarette and they go so that way they can just get it out of their system entirely. If you puff it all back into the cigarette, it's gonna be so much better, so much more fun. I kind of scared my cat. Sorry, Sue. Good buddy. Scared him awake a little bit. Don't laugh at that. He's a little guy. He needs his snoozing time. Yeah, it's a very admirable goal. It's a very good goal. If you're going to work on health, it's one of the best things you can do. However, if you set yourself the goal to quit smoking, and you haven't already started smoking, is that good? Are you planning on it? But you're like, I'm gonna try it once. I'm gonna get addicted. I'm gonna say no more. Good on you, I guess, if that's the case. But I mean, I honestly just don't think. Obviously, it's for the people who are still smoking. And get them to stop. Always great. Drum roll, please. This is so good for you. I'm giving it at least a 9. At least a 9. And what the heck was that? Yeah, at least a 9, because I feel like that is very just. It's a very just thing to do. It's very respectful to yourself and beneficial to your overall person. So big ups. Clap. Thank you. That's my bad, but I'm gonna pretend it's your bad. Next up is reducing spending, which kind of goes hand in hand with saving money, but in a way that I feel like most people can kind of relate to more. Because, let me explain, saving money is always a fool's errand, basically. If you have a thing you have to spend money on, and you're just not doing that, you're kind of screwing yourself if you're just trying to save money. Reducing spending is like the non-frugal bullcrap that you're doing. Like, oh hey, like for example, I want to go out to get a board game, but I also come back with a freaking cool jade ball. Like yeah, it's cool, it's awesome, I love this thing. I don't have a stand because they didn't sell the stand it came on, which is just bogus. Like, what are you doing selling a thing that's on a stand, not selling a stand? I don't know. Either way, it's cool. I have so many more. These are all rocks behind me, by the way. I have an addiction now to rocks. They're cool, and I like them. And this is my most favorite things ever, and I'm very happy with it. But yeah, I would have more money if I didn't buy rocks. I could have just gone outside, took a screwdriver to a rock, and said, "Hey, now I got it going." But I didn't, and so I can relate to this a lot, and reducing spending is a pretty admirable goal. I'm going to get it right up there with saving money at an 8, just because it's not necessarily something everybody has to do. I feel like more people can relate to saving money than reducing spending, but if you can, then it's great. Next up is working on mental health. Can we get the biggest applause? Super big. Every applause in the book, please. Yeah! Let's go. That's great. But yeah, Very good. Very, very good. Honestly, some of the best stuff you can do. Assuming you need it. Obviously, not everyone needs it. But at the same time, everyone does kind of need it, you know? Like, it's just... I don't have a good sound for that, for saying something like that. I guess yeah, you just laugh at me. That makes sense. But yeah, I mean, it's a beneficial thing, you know? You can always do a little bit better. Unless you don't think you can, in which case, congratulations, you have self-actualized. Valhalla awaits you, and we are just losers kissing your toes, going, wow, 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 wow. So, maybe not that exact thing, but, yeah, working on mental health, it's pretty good, very beneficial, really, really solid. Put that up there with 9. I feel like that's a very, honestly... anything that has to do with working on your health is going to get a pretty good score. Working on time management, though, I don't know how I would necessarily vote that one. I don't know. It's a little tough. We are, however, spending a lot of time on this, so we're going to go a little bit faster, despite having to ponder more. So, cue the speed timer. I don't have a speed timer. I'm just going to do... just you know, just a little fart timer real quick. So 10-second fart timer. You know, time management, it's very helpful. It's very, very solid. One of the best things you could do. But at the end of the day, it could be more important. Here comes the drum roll. Okay, we gotta go fast. And I'm thinking, we're on time management. It's a 5. It's a 5. It's a 5. It's a 5. Because honestly, at the end of the day, if you're spending time trying to plan time management, you could be spending it actually doing the thing you wanted to do. Let's be real. Let's be real, guys. I mean, come on. Like, obviously, if you're planning out the entire month, that's a little too far. If you're planning out the entire week, that's, like, okay, but still, like, you know, you don't know how it's going to go. If you're only planning out a day, you're just wasting your time. At least most of the time, you're just wasting your time. You could do something better. Getting a promotion at work. I'm drum rolling this one right off the bat. This one is not a thing you can really strive for the entire year. It gets you a 1. Honestly, that is just an absolute... like, what's the point? What is the point of having that as a resolution? You don't know what's gonna happen. You could get fired in 3 weeks. You know, you could be sitting at the desk when Sandra suddenly just drops trowel and dumps it on your desk, and you're like, what the heck? And you push her off the desk. Both of you will get fired. You could just be sitting at your desk, and one day your computer suddenly is like, hey, would you like to buy Bitcoin? And it's like, I don't have Bitcoin. What are you talking about? And then they're like, you didn't buy Bitcoin. Okay, and you get fired. You could one day show up at work with a little Hostess Twinkie candle and say, this smells good, and you show it to your boss, and he smells it and is holding back tears because it's so terrible. And then you get fired. So you don't know what could happen. You don't know. And honestly... it's just something that, if you have to strive for it, let's be real, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. So, next up, getting into your hobbies. And I think this one's actually pretty dang good. I'm going to be honest, alright? Let's be serious. Yes, exactly. Yeah, getting into your hobbies. I just love hobbies. I have too many hobbies. I keep picking up more every day. It's an addiction. I need help. I already mentioned the rocks. I love collecting rocks now. I want a whole, like, my goal is to have, like, a box or two of just, like, that look like those ones you have in, like, 8th grade classes, where you just open the thing and there's a bunch of different rocks, and they're like, assess these rocks. Which ones are igneous? You know, it's just, I want to know! I had a biology class in college, for the 1 year I was there. Not biology. Bermudology. What's the word for geology? There we go. I had a geology class, and it was a lot of fun. One of the most fun one of my favorite classes of that year. I just enjoyed it. And we worked with rocks, and it was very fun. I just love that. I love that, and honestly, just having them is freaking cool. I could be Indiana Jones. I could be. I wouldn't be a good one, but I'd be Indiana. I could totally be Indiana Jones. Getting into your hobbies. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have too many hobbies. But obviously I love working on them, and I love doing stuff with them. So honestly, drum roll, please. And bettering yourself in anything is a pretty dang good score. I'm biased. I'm giving it a 10. I'm giving it a 10. I just think it's cool. I think it's a really good way to spend your time. You know, just like looking at the things that you enjoy and saying, hey, I'm gonna give that more of my time, get better at it, or just have more fun doing it. You know, you don't have to be getting better at something to say, hey, I want to keep doing it. So it's nice. And the last thing that apparently 43% of people this year come out and said they're going to do is not have a resolution, which is surprising. It's that level of surprising. Because I'm just like, I mean, but also I get it. I don't think I really set a New Year's resolution at the end of the year. Because I guess I don't know. I don't think in the future anymore. I haven't thought more than the day ahead in like 2 years. So resolutions are kind of iffy for me. Also, I guess I don't have much to change. So for thinking that your life is so good that you don't need to do anything to change it, one of the coolest feelings you could possibly have, and it's getting a 10. It's getting a 10. So if you're going to have a New Year's resolution this year, first, if you can, don't. But if you must, work on a hobby. Everybody, see you at segment number 2. Alright, we're back. And I'm a little excited for this one because this isn't really a segment. This isn't like a game segment. This is the talking. This is where I actually do words. So, as the intro states, I think it's New Year's fears. I'm not going to talk about just different fears. I have a whole episode idea about that because I fear way too much stuff. If I had to give you one, I'll give you one because I have that here. The 2025, just as a, come on guys, laugh. Thank you, please. Making me feel existential there out of nowhere. But yeah, it's just kind of, I don't know how else to put it. I'm not necessarily afraid of it. I don't have like a distinct fear, but I don't know how this year is gonna end, which is probably the thing that confuses me the most. I don't know what, you could keep laughing, I guess. I don't know. I want you guys to interact, but I don't know how to possibly interact with that. Like I guess I don't know. Like I imagine 2025. I can see it happening. I can see myself living it. The moment I think of 2026, it stops. Like not like life. I'm not expecting to. I don't know what I'm expecting to happen, but I just can't envision myself or anything existing in 2026 specifically, or like the next 2027, 28. I don't know what it is. I don't know if 2026 is just a weird number to continue on, or 2025 is just such a perfectly rounded number that my brain just doesn't wrap around it. But like I can think of myself going on in like 10 years thinking of what I'm not. No, I can't really. But I can like imagine like what I could be up to. Like I can imagine like things I want to do. I'm like, oh, give me a couple of years to work on that. And I can do that. I can think in like general time ranges. But if you ask me to think about like after this year, like in 2029, what's gonna be, I have absolutely no answer for that. And I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. I honestly don't. This is the first time I've ever really mentioned this to anybody, which is. You guys want to be my therapist? You can be my therapist if you want to. I'll explain it as best as I can. Basically, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to really describe it. It's just like I can't see in my brain like from this year. I've been able to imagine 2025. It's gonna happen, all that sort of stuff. I can't imagine 2026, 2027, 28, 29, 2030 just happening. Which is, I don't understand. It's like, obviously it's going to happen. I can't just say, time, stop. And then it stops, you know? Like, I can't just do that. But I don't know. It's just a strange thing. Like, I don't know. I know I'm just stuttering around because I honestly just can't really describe it. It's just I don't see a future, but not in like a like a scary way, but also kind of in a scary way. Like, I don't know. It's kind of confusing. Like, that's why I'm just like, that's kind of one of the main reasons that I even like did the parody of for like just like thank you because I can't imagine what I could be doing next year. So this, in my head, I'm like, well, I want to do stuff this year because I don't know what the hell is gonna happen this year for next year. I don't know what I'm gonna be able to bring along into next year. I don't know why. I can't really describe it other than I just don't envision at least my life continuing into the next year. Not like not in a bad way. It doesn't. My brain can't compute it. My brain can't compute it. I would like to compute it, but my brain can't. I don't know why. It just won't. So I'm trying to do all the stuff that I've really been wanting to do because I'm like, well, what if I don't have the opportunity? I want to get the stuff out there that I want to get out there, which is why that parody came out. And again, I thought of that parody years ago, like absolutely a long time ago, and I'm really just happy with how that came out. Obviously, I wanted to make it a bigger thing, and I'm still gonna make it a bigger thing. I'm gonna actually get like a proper recording of everything and like make it all like mix well. But I just wanted to at least get the thought out there, just so that way if I don't, then it's okay. At least the thought's out there. I don't know. All this to say, I don't know. Thanks, guys. This is so cool. Go over here, you little whippersnapper. That was cool, huh? But yeah, I just want to make this year count. Is basically what I'm trying to say. I don't know what that means. It's not like I think. At least I hopefully don't think that it's like this is the end. I don't think it is. I'm not trying to do like doom posting in my 3rd episode of the talk show. But it's just weird. My brain is only thinking in terms of 2025, and it cannot think further. So I'm okay. Let's just think now. What can I do this year? What can I try to get done? So I'm gonna try to do a bunch of cool stuff. And it's a lot of stuff that I've been wanting to do anyway. So I'm really excited to get it going. I just don't know. So overall, I wasn't planning on having a resolution this year, but I do want to have one. Because I feel like it would kind of like set the tone for what this year is going to bring. So my resolution is pretty simple. Because again, I think what makes a good resolution is simplicity, specificity, and a whole lot of not a lot of work. But the easiest stuff to do requires the least effort, and I don't give effort to anything. So honestly, it's all. But no, I did want to actually ramp up the effort of what I'm doing, do some things I've been wanting to do for a bit now, and the plan is I'm gonna make a checklist, just a tiny checklist, nothing too big or grandiose, and just write down the things that, creatively speaking, anyway, I want to do this year, and I'm gonna try my best to do all of them. I want to make the checklist and at least do a few of them. I'm not expecting to do everything, but I feel like it could be a fun little thing to do. Just so I can at least get some of the ideas. Because I've had a lot of ideas just been sitting in my mind for upwards of 3-4 years. Like even before I started doing this, which is just crazy. But yeah, I'm really excited to get started on it. Is my thing really like low on battery? This thing... this thing sucks. This thing's a piece of garbage. It just turns itself on. Like I turned it off, I set it aside, and I opened it today, and I just plugged it in because I wanted to make sure it didn't die on me. And it's at 35%. I haven't touched it since the last episode, like 2 weeks ago, basically, and it just killed itself in my drawer. It's just, how does that happen? I don't understand. I don't understand technology, apparently. Maybe I'm 87 years old already. What do I know? Yeah, I want to make that checklist, and what better time to do it than right here, right now, huh, everybody? Actually, stop. There is one better moment, and that's after this segment, everybody. After this segment, because we're gonna break it up a little bit. So let's go back. Cue segment number 3. That's right, everybody. We're back for another segment, and this time we're doing another tried and true Rant Weekly, everybody. We're doing some more Rant Weekly. Last year. Well, actually, last year. What a world! I made these jokes to everybody at work today. I actually am recording this. You can't see the calendar, but on the 1st, into the 2nd, I guess. So it's basically been a year since I've talked to you guys, except I would have already put out a thing on the 1st, and then the 2nd I was going live. And this is going to come out 3rd, but this is the first thing I'm recording in 25? No, not really. It doesn't work. The joke doesn't work, alright? But either way, last year, anyway, because the last time I talked about something I ranted about was last year, so suck it, was microwavable dinners. Microwavable meals, specifically pizza. Specifically microwave pizza. That was one of the things that I hated the most. And surely, that's as bad as it can get, right? There's nothing in the universe that's worse than a microwave pizza, right? Wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to bring up something that's been bugging me for quite some time. And it is cliffhanger season finales of shows. I don't know what's wrong with people. What is wrong with designers of shows, directors, everybody involved with the process? What is wrong with them leaving a season on a cliffhanger? And I get it. I get the point that it's like you want to leave people shocked and like wondering what's happen next, so you bring them into the next season so that actually they're hooked and continue on with the show. But if your show was good, you could just get them to come back anyway. Like, why do you rely on like just psychological tactics? Like you're trying to freaking persuade them to take off their pants and walk into your bathroom and say, "Pee on the floor for me," when you could just have a good show. Why can't you just have a good show? What's so wrong and hard about that? I don't understand. Like, for example, for a good thing, like I will say, cliffhanger seasons, especially for shows, it kind of gets formed naturally, and especially for like dramas, it's kind of just how it works. But one time when they did this right, and I say one time because they started doing it wrong later on in the show, but The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead was a great show. At least for the parts that I watched, like the first half, and like some of the Negan stuff. And I heard it gets better later on, but I can't watch it because it's killed itself for me because of how it dealt with seasons and everything like that. Because for the first few seasons, especially I mentioned this to my friends, the farm season, season 2. No, clap. It's season 2. It's awesome. Yeah. Thank you. Season 2 had the farm. It introduced the farm. There was no word of a farm. The first season was already great. It introduces the story, the plot, all the characters, and they go at the end of the season saying, "Hey, there's no way out of this. We're screwed. Let's just try to survive." And that's how they sort of cliffhanger the first season. But like, hey, there's no stopping this. What are we going to do now? And then like, hey, what are we going to do? They find the farm. They find Herschel. They find Maggie, Beth, everybody else who lives there. Otis. And they both introduce and completely flesh out and conclude the farm saga in one season, which is unheard of nowadays for shows, apparently. And the thing is, though, they still left it on a cliffhanger, though, as you know. It's a big thing in the farm. Whole breakout of zombies. They all get separated into their own little mini groups, and we don't know if they get back together, so we have to wait a whole other season. But that works so well because it ends that saga of the show. It ends that whole chapter that we grew with. Like, it introduced a thing, it finished it off nicely, and it led to the next thing in a perfect line. And it kept you coming back for more, so you can actually see what happens to them. But at least you know that if you don't know, all of the stuff that they set out beforehand was concluded, with all the Shane stuff and all that. Like, that they finished off a lot of the stories that they started to tell in that season, and even some from the first season. Great season. And then you move into, like, the seasons with Negan in it, where there's, like, I think, like, 3 seasons dedicated to him. I don't even know, because it's just such a drag, and it's a bummer, and it's lame. Thing is, though, nowadays, if I wanted to go back to watch it, it probably wouldn't be that bad. But a lot of the episodes heavily relied on cliffhangers, which makes sense. But the finales are the worst, because you're not going to get one next week to figure out what happens. Like when they pretended Glenn was going to die by the guy falling on him. These are heavy spoilers, by the way. I don't know what else to say here. It's an old show, especially the seasons I'm going to talk about. They're pretty old. Like the episode with Negan where they introduced him came out when I was in 8th grade. So it's been like 10 years. So if you haven't seen it, that's your fault. But yeah, where was I? I can never remember. Stop laughing. But yeah, so yeah, like they pretended that Glenn was gonna die, but then next week it's like, oh hey, yeah, he didn't actually die. It's fine. Everyone, calm down. It's okay. It was fine. But then they did the finale of the one season where they brought in Negan, which I don't remember which one it is. 5 or 6, probably. Maybe even 7. I don't remember. It's been a long time. But they bring in Negan, they do the whole circle thing, and they're like, who's gonna die? Who's gonna die? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, blah, 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 blah. And it turns out that it was, again, heavy spoilers, Abraham. Don't laugh at Abraham. He's a good guy, man. We loved Abraham. I loved Abraham anyway. And when that season finale came out, they didn't show him dying. They just showed the guy dying. They didn't show you who it was. And it left a lot of tension. It did what it was supposed to do very well. The problem is that unless you are watching it years in the future, you don't get that immediate pay off, which tension and like setup like that needs, at least in my opinion. You can't do a cliffhanger without like having some sort of immediate-ish payoff. Like a week maybe. But like a year, or close to a year later, that's like by the time that's done, you've forgotten about the entire show. And you're like, oh yeah, that happened when it comes back, and you're like, oh yeah, I wonder who died. But at that point, everyone was already theorizing about it, and everyone's kind of like just accepted the fact that one of them's dead. Like if they just went straight to showing Abraham's dead body after like the whole camera like not showing who it was, it'd be like, oh my god, I can't. It was him. No, and it would have hit so much better, at least in my opinion, because the payoff was right there. Like you're not sitting there 10 months down the line going, oh yeah, this was happening. Oh no, he died. What? No, like you're not as invested as you were when you were in the moment. They take the moment away and say, wait 8 months to see it again. It's ridiculous. It's so silly. It's stupid. I don't understand it. And now watching it, it's fine because you go see the episode and then, bam, you can just watch the next episode and see, oh, it was Abraham. And it's like, it sucks, but at least that way, you get the feeling of, oh my god, who the hell was it? Who was it? It was him? What? And you're invested in a moment. You might even cry. I didn't cry when Abraham died because I was already taken out of the moment. And they lead off with Abraham dying again. And it's like, oh, yeah, that happened. I remember. I guess that happens. Yeah, shoot, that sucks, doesn't it? Like, what are you going to do? What can you do? Like, we were just like, oh, yeah, of course, it was him. Yeah. And we moved on with the episode. And it was after that, it was really hard to actually get back into The Walking Dead for me. It was hard because it's just, you can't, it's just weird being invested in something and being taken away from it and then being thrown back into the exact same moment and saying, remember when you were invested in this 10 months ago? Do that again. It's like that episode of American Dad where like they're doing like the weekly like homeowner association meetings, and Stan is like pissed off about a sprinkler, and he's like, I'm gonna keep this exact level of frustration the entire week, and he does. No one in the universe can do that. It's just impossible. And the most recent, oh my god, I've been ranting for like 10 minutes. Okay, we'll wrap it up quickly. But Squid Game is the most recent, the victim of this tragedy of a way to do anything. The first season was great because it finished off that whole season of the game. all the characters who needed to survive and die did, and then they ended it with like him, like the main character Sung-ji or something. I can't remember entirely, and I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. But he was going on a plane, and then he sees them there, and he's like, you know what? No, I'm not done with this. And he comes back, and that's like a good prep for season 2. You finished off the show, and you're like, what could happen next? But at least you've concluded the thing. So there's no overarching story that you're missing out on while they're figuring out what to do later. Wait, with the rest of the show. And then season 2 comes out, saying it's going to be a whole season, it's going to be great, and then halfway through the show, or probably a little over halfway at this point, I don't know how they're going to finish the rest of the show, and that's when it's not like only like 3 episodes long. I can't see 7 more episodes of the show from this point, because they've basically done so much of the game and everything, but they decided, hey, you know what? We're going to stop it here, come back in 2025, and you're going to be just as invested in the show as you were right now. And it pisses me off, because I was getting so invested. I watched the entire dang season in like a day and a half. Because I just wanted to, I got hooked. And I wanted to finish it. And I couldn't, and I can't, and I have to wait. And it's stupid. Making me wait is the main thing that makes me mad the most, because I hate wasting my time. And watching the show now, when it came out, and I was like, oh, I bet it's, my coworkers are saying it's good, I want to go watch it. And they don't even finish it. I may as well waited a whole other year, so that way the whole thing was done, so I could watch it all in one go and get the true experience. You're not getting the true experience right now. You're just getting half the experience, and they're saying, get the next half in a year and be just as invested. Which I can't. I personally can't. Ladies and gentlemen, Rant Weekly, everybody. Let's move back into the main topic today. So yeah, we are going to spend a bit of time just trying to get a few things to do this year. This isn't going to be the complete list, obviously, but I want to get at least a few things written down in my head and on this, so that way I at least know what I want to do this year. So it's going to be cool. I already have a couple things listed here that I haven't actually really gone over in too much detail with you guys. I'm still not going to, might I add, because I want to keep at least one of these a very big surprise. But one of them is one that I've been doing kind of just on the side, because as you saw before with Allentown, Palatown stuff, I like music. I have fun with it. I'm not good at it. I think I'm pretty terrible at it, but I'm getting better every day, and it's very rewarding. It's very fun, and you know, just I've written myself a few songs. Yeah, I have. It's crazy, and some of them are kind of themed around some of their songs. So I want to create like not like an album, but like one of those, like I think it's called an EP, which is like extended something, extended prelude, extended piss taking. I don't know. But I want to have like one of those, because I have a few songs I've already fully written. I just haven't like really gotten the music down for. Well, I actually got down for kind of 2 of them. But then I just need to like, I still have one more I really got to work on about my cats. My 3 cats. They're just cool dudes, and they all 2 of those songs definitely just kind of came and went, and I didn't really think much else about them. I'm like, oh, let me just write this because I thought it was fun. But then as I was working on it, like, oh, I could probably have like all 3, and then I'll have like a little thing for all of them. I want to make it. I really want to do it. So that's one thing I want to do, because I do want to get a bit more serious with that stuff. If not here, somewhere. Just because I really like music, and I enjoy playing it. I enjoy making my own. I enjoy a lot of stuff. Like it's really fun. It's very interesting to see how the people that you listen to, like music-wise, do actually influence how you write it. Like, when I first started making any sort of music, it was like Palatown, like parodies, because I only really listened to like Weird Al. But then as I started listening to more people, I started having more ideas and crazier shit, like just to do, and I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna keep going with it, and it's gonna be cool. So I want to make that EP or whatever. I want to release those songs is basically all I need to do. And then there's one thing that's like a movie sort of thing. It's literally like a movie. It's going to be movie length. Can we get like a, I don't know, like a, yeah, I want to make a movie basically. But not like a big movie. Just like a me sitting at the table. Just, I have my lines, I'm going to say them, and then I'm going to cut them all together and make one big thing. It's not gonna be good. It's supposed to be stupid, so that's what I'm hoping for. But I guess I had the idea for ages now, and I just haven't actually acted on it. And I really want to. I really want to. So, hopefully, gonna get that out this year. I want to get it out as soon as possible, but not obviously not unless it's ready. The thing with these especially, I don't want to just be like, oh, let me work on them for 2 days and just release them. I want to actually try to give these some thought and some time, because normally when I do anything on this channel, nothing I have posted on this channel have I worked on for more than like 2, maybe 3 days. Everything, every single thing, and it's not really something to be happy about, because some of it could have used some more time in the oven. But yeah, like even like Terraria AI, I did all that in like 2 days. I recorded 24 hours of playing, and I did like 24 hours of audio of the talking, and I was still like doing talking while I was trying to like upload some of them. It was a crazy mess of a series to do, but it was fun. It took. I should have rationed it out more, because I think I really fricked up my lungs. We'll get to that. No, I won't. No, I won't. I don't think I did anything to him. I guess it just started to hurt after a few hours of going like this for fucking 3.5 hours consistently. You know, it started to hurt. But yeah, so I stopped. But yeah, it was cool, and I wish I rationed out a little bit more. So I want to try to make these actually more spread out, and so that way the workload is smaller over time, and then it really comes into one big thing. And I want to get at least like 3 more things on here, and I'm just trying to remember things that I want to do, because there's a lot of things I do want to do. One of them is has something to do with I'm just gonna type it in: murder mystery interactive thing. And I know what I'm talking about, but that's as far as I'm gonna go talking to you guys about it. Yeah, be shocked about it. Yeah, because I want to do more of those like murder mystery boxes things, and then I have a plan for one for something to do with one of those. I have like a really big idea, but not one in particular. I just have a big idea that I want to do with those like murder mystery games. But they take it. I don't know how to do it. I really don't. But I want to learn, and I want it to work, and I want it to be fun. And honestly, this right now is a very big help getting that started. Trying to use other equipment to sort of capture different angles. I haven't done that in like the 3 years I've done this, so it's nice to at least get a start. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be very cool to do that. I'm really excited, because that one I would like to get done, because I think it'd be cool. But I need to play a bit more. I want to do a couple more murder mysteries. Cause that's probably gonna be the last one that I do. So I actually want to fuel it all into one more thing. I want to do more like live action bits, but I don't really know if I have any in particular that I want to do. I want to make like a full Pokédex of those like Photoshop ones, but that's not a year thing. That's like a long time coming. You know what, actually, this isn't necessarily for us, like the channel. This is just things that I want to do. I'm gonna type in tarot cards, and leave it at that, because well, I can tell you guys about it, because it's not really for. I don't want to really do too much, just in case like my sister watches this, because it's a gift idea for them. But yeah, like I want to do like custom tarot card things, which I've already started working on for again like the past like 3 years. I'm so bad at this. I've made like 6 of the cards. I had a plan to get like a bunch more. It's not like it's a hard thing to do. And now what I was doing before was really stupid. I was taking images, basically just like trying to draw them myself on the card, and then realizing this kind of looks just like a shittier version of the image. But I was like, at least they'll appreciate that I was drawing it. But now I'm like, they'll just appreciate that I put it together in the first place, and it also cut the time of doing this by like 5 times. So I probably get this done in like a couple weeks if I just put some effort into it. So I want to do that, because that's a gift that I've wanted to give them for a while now. So hopefully I get around to it. Again, that was something I probably had the idea for like in the beginning of starting the channel. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that, but then I just couldn't find the time. I want to find time for it. I really want to find some time for it. And I guess in a sense, this can also be in there. I want to start working on videos all at once. You know, and basically what that means is like actually like not just doing working on a video the same day it's going up, like the day before. I want to actually have like all my stuff for the week recorded at one or 2 day span, and like edited and finished up. So that way I have some, or you know, not like fully edited, at least like recorded. So that way I actually can like use some time that I would be doing that to do other things and work on the other projects. Because right now the schedule is basically just constant editing cycle, which is not too great for productivity's sake. And if I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I really need to get done specifically, and I can't think of anything. But again, this isn't a definitive list, so this is a good start. So yeah, create my cat songs is definitely the biggest one probably on here. The movie thingy that I want to do. The murder mystery interactive thingy I want to do, the tarot cards I want to work on, and just general productivity's sake, working, actually starting to like multitask things, doing planning ahead. I want to get better at planning ahead. So those are the things I want to do for this year, to try to make it worth it, because again, I still am kind of on the fence about what the hell my brain's been thinking about this year. But we'll see where it goes. So either way, everybody, thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been the Tate Night Talk Show. I'm sure everyone's really excited to see what comes up next. I had the wrong sound effect there, but hey, everybody. Oh, no, I just stopped it. I'm an idiot, everybody. I'm an idiot. But yeah, so everybody, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night. Enjoy the year. Hope everything goes well for you. And this actually goes up on my mom's birthday, so happy birthday, Ma. Have a great one. Hope you like the calendar that we made for you. Yeah, that's about all I have for you guys. Take care.